Okay, lesson 10 is on time signature. It's on 2/4, which means there are 2 beats per measure. So since there's a 2 on top, 2 beats per measure, you only count to 2 on each one. The 4 means a quarter note receives the beat. We haven't really talked about that, but worry more about the 2 right now. So it's saying you need to have quarter notes, quarter rests, half notes, or half rests. Well, and this one's a little... Sorry, back to it. So here the whole rest is taking up the whole measure. So to me, it should be a half rest. Long story, we move on with life. If you were to put a half rest, I would count it right. Moving on with that. So when I get to one measure, so one space, there's going to be 2 beats. 1 beat on this quarter note, 1 beat on this quarter note. Ba-dow. When I get to the next measure between this line and this line, there are still 2 beats. This gets 1 beat, this gets 1 beat. That's why it's counted 1, 2. This half note gets 2 beats, so it takes up the whole entire measure. This rest is taking up the whole measure. Whole rest, whole takes up the whole measure. Still confusing. Anyways, down here at number 1, it says complete the measures using notes and rest, count, and clap. So you can choose anything that would go in that measure and be correct. So let's look through it. In the first measure, from the beginning to the first line, there is 1 note already there. So you need to put something else that only lasts 1 beat. 1 beat's taken, another beat needs to have something on it. You can either put another quarter note, like this one, or you can put a quarter rest, like this one. If you look in the second measure between this line and this line, it has both beats open. So you can put lots of different things. You could put 2 quarter notes. You could put a quarter note and a quarter rest. And that's an ugly rest. You could put a half note, a half note, not colored in. Or you can put a rest. To fill up the whole measure with rest, though, they're telling you to put a whole rest. I can't draw a good whole rest with this Apple pen. Sorry about it. Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop. This one, beat 2 is taken, you need to put something for beat 1. This one, beat 1 is taken, so you need to put something on beat 2. And this one, something's on beat 1, you got to put something on beat 2. Last one, there's nothing in there, you need to fill it up with 2 quarter notes, 2 quarter rest, a quarter note, a quarter rest, a half rest, a whole rest because it takes up the whole measure, or a half note. Okay? Number 2, circle the measures with the incorrect number of beats. Since there's a number 2 at the top, that means there should be 2 beats per measure. So you have to think, okay, this is 1 beat, this is 1 beat, that's correct. This is 1 beat, that one's 2 beats, this is incorrect. So, since it says circle the measures, oops, let me circle the measures, sorry. So this one is incorrect. That one, you have to look at this rule up here. This one, you have to look and see if it's correct. You have to look and see if this one's correct. You have to look and see if that one's correct. You should have 2 beats in each measure because the beginning number is 2 on the top, right there. Number 3, draw bar lines in a double bar and correct the in the correct places, count and clap. So the double bar line is this thing at the end. So it's a thick line and a thin line. So you can go ahead and do that first. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Thick line and thin line, just like the other ones on this page. All right. Now you're going to count the beats of each note and put a bar line, one of these vertical lines, like this or like this, in between each one. So I'll help you out with the first couple. So this is 1 beat, that's 1 beat. The first bar line will go here. Sorry, right there. That's 1 beat, that's 1 beat. Next bar line will go there. Make sure you remember which ones are 1 beats and which ones are 2 beats. Which ones take up the whole measure. Okay? Beep, bop, boop. Number 4. Rewrite the 4/4 music line in 2/4 on the staff below. Write the names of the notes below the staff. Okay, so it's been a while since we've done the notes, so let me make sure you remember that. When we have the 5-line staff, you have every on the bottom, good, next, boy, does, fine. The spaces spell face, F-A-C-E. So this one, first one's a G. Oops, that looks like a Q. First one's a G. I'll give you a hint that the next one is also a G because it's on the same line. Go up one, that's going to be an A, and that's going to be an A. After that, I need you to figure it out on your own, okay? When it says rewrite, what it's trying to say by rewrite is it's trying to say take the music that's up on the previous line, this one right here, and then rewrite it down here on this line. Oops, that's ugly. Sorry. So this first notes were G, G, and they were quarter notes. These next notes are A, A, and they're quarter notes. And then since I'm writing in 2/4, 2 beats per measure, 1 beat, 2 beats, 1 beat, 2 beats, I need to put a line right there. Then next, there's a half note that's not colored in, and it's on that 4th line. So I'm going to have to write this note here and do that. And since there's only 2 beats per measure and this note gets 1 and 2, I have to put a bar line right there. And then you keep going. All right, that is it for this page. Boop, boop, boop.